And we're back. It's the voice of the blockchain here. Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest. Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in. We're back with another Lifts and Bits self-improvement chat. Today we're going to be talking about deloading and resting. When is it time? How should you implement it? And is it for you? As the rest of the boomers tune in today, we did a live broadcast, talked about Binance booming out there. Did a little swap out for some coins, got some extra coins. Make sure you're tuned into our daily crypto chats that we do every late morning, early afternoon on the weekdays. We're always here pumping with the best of them. Every Friday, we do our Lifts and Bits self-improvement chat where we talk about things ancillary to crypto. We've talked about everything from no FAP to diet, fasting, no strong lifting, power lifting, ways to become a better boomer out there, guys. It's all about self-improvement. This crypto sphere, this alternative economy has brought us together on a frequency that has us tuned into all kinds of different alternative methods here, not just with the crypto coins and the economy, but also with our general self-improvement, with our diet, our exercise, and our mental health and well-being. Shout out to Revolutionists, our Cardano general out there, always showing love out there. Let me drop a bomb for Revolutionists. Boom! Back to the population of the chat box. Today we're going to be talking about deloads and rest, okay? Because Lifts and Bits, says Queens Races. Shout out to you, Queens. Welcome back. Today I want to talk about deloading and resting because I find it important. I think Jojo Wave, one of our cryptomaniac soldiers, let us know that he was reaching a plateau on his lifting. Seems like he couldn't add any more weight to the bar, and we suggested that he pull back and do a deload. How often should you deload? And for those that don't know what deload is, it's when you shave off a considerable percent from your one rep max. So let's say if you're rep maxing, 300 pounds, maybe you drop down and start doing 185 or something. We'll talk about a deload that I did today. This week, and which led to another PR today. I went to the gym today. You guys know what my goals are, but I'll repeat them for the purpose of this recording. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4, one plate overhead. These are 145-pound plate on each side, which is about 135. I did that times 5. I hit my goal. Then I had the number 2, which is bench press, 2 plates on each side, 225 times 5. I hit that. 3 plate squat times 5. Today, actually, I did 2, and then I did a 325 squat times 1. So I haven't hit my goal just yet, but I'm getting close. And then finally, the toughest goal for me, I think it's going to be this deadlift. I want to deadlift 4 plates times 5. So, when is it going to be important to deload and rest on your path to hitting those goals? Rev says it was chest day today at the gym. Indeed. Shout out to Rev. I did some chest today. I didn't hit any PRs. So I did squat, bench, and then I ended up with some barbell rows. But I did them on the Smith machine, and then I did some rows on the machine, and what else did I do? I did another, and then some lat pull downs for my back. So, I generally only do barbell exercises, but every once in a while I'll throw in some machines just to switch it up. So let's talk about deloading. This entire week, last week I hit a PR, and if you don't know what PR means, it's personal record. Last week I hit a PR on the deadlift and the squats, and I kind of maxed out my intensity. So once Friday came, I tuned down the weight, and I was lifting light all this entire week till today. So it's been about 7 days since I went heavy again. And maybe you should consider even doing a longer deload if you've been working out consistently and adding weight to the bar, and if you've reached a plateau after a few months. So for those that are starting on a beginner program like strong lifts, I did the strong lifts for about 5 months before I even considered a deload. That's not recommended for intermediate lifters. If you're an intermediate lifter, you may want to consider a deload more frequent, maybe every month to 2. Okay. So again, let's say if you're, squatting 300, like I'll give you an exact example. So last week I did 315 times 2, which was my PR last week on the squat. This week I didn't squat more than, I think it was 185, or maybe 2 plates was the max that I did, which is 225. So it's about at least 100 pounds less on my deload. And then today, finally, I went back and I surpassed my personal record, and I hit 325 times 1. And again, that 315 times 2. Let's also talk about rest, because you're not going to be gaining any muscle size unless you're sleeping. Okay. And that's very, very important. If you want to gain muscle, you need to sleep. Sleep like a baby. You need to eat. Well, I should throw eating in there as well, but specifically sleeping is the best form of rest. So make sure you're sleeping at least 8 hours. Okay. Every single day. That's when your muscle's growing. Shout out to Jojo Wave. I just mentioned you. And this is, and partially inspired by the conversation that we had earlier this week about deloading, Jojo. I think it's important to deload. I've been on a deload all this week, Jojo. I was explaining during this broadcast. Last week I hit a PR at 315 times 2, and then this entire past 7 days and up until today, I didn't go past 2 plates. I think most of my reps were at 185, so a plate and a 25 for the squats. Going lighter, a lot lighter than I did last week, and actually doing more of a complete range of motion. So I would go as low as possible this week. So I would go super light. So the highest I went was like 225 or even 185, and then I would actually back off sets, and I ended up maybe doing 10 reps with just a plate and going really, really low. Like so low that it's almost sitting down to the ground, like lower than you're supposed to go, just to get that range of motion with lightweight, to feel it out. And it gave my body a chance to rest. Okay, rest, because when you're pumping with intensity, it shocks your nervous system. And not only is it going to make your muscles shock, but I think more of an effect that you may experience is the nervous system. Sometimes it can't handle so much of a load. So you want to pull back. You want to pull back and rest. My recommendation for intermediate lifters is maybe considering every 5 weeks a deload. Okay. You know, some may do it every 3 to 4. Some may do it every 7 to 8. Okay. But you know, around that number. If you're a newbie, like I said, I wasn't a newbie when I started strong lifts, but I would say I would as a newbie to like power lifting or power building. I didn't do a deload till about 5 months. So you guys got to kind of play it by ear. And if you want to see where you are as far as the scale on beginner, intermediate, or advanced, I invite you guys to check out symmetricstrength.com. Symmetric Strength, maybe I should just pull it up for you guys. It gives you a nice comparison to other people in your age range and on your lifts. Symmetric Strength. I don't know if it's not up on my computer right now, but check it out. I've talked about this before, and I think it's an excellent resource tool for you to select the lifts that you train, and then they'll determine your strength levels compared to other people. And here's the website, Symmetrics. You can analyze your strength, find the strength and weaknesses. You measure yourself against other. Select the lifts that you train, like the back squat, the deadlift, the bench press, overhead press. I'm not doing any pull-ups, chin-ups, or pendulate. Well, I am doing rows, but maybe I should add some chin-ups and pull-ups there. You enter your sex, your body weight, and your age. Age is optional. And your best recent sets, and then it tells you where you should be. So I recommend you guys using that. Rev says, I mix up the workout routine all the time to shock the muscles. If you stick with the same workout for too long, your muscles get used to it. Indeed, that's absolutely true, Rev. When it comes to the champ, I'm just specifically trying to train these powerlifting movements, the squat, the bench, and the deadlifts. So I do want to get used to it so that, you know, I'm more accustomed to lifting the heavier weight. But you know, if you're just training for aesthetics and you want to get ripped, if you're training for hypertrophy with higher volume, you do want to switch it up more. I'm specifically talking about strength training, progressive strength training, because right now I'm focused on numbers. I'm focused on actual weight. I don't really care so much about how I look. My weight, my actual body weight is okay. I have gained a considerable amount of weight since I got off the keto diet, but my waist is about the same. So it's letting me know that I'm putting on the majority of that weight is probably muscle. Okay. Boom the Bits is here. Shout out to you. Queen's Racist says, Champ, do you think no fap makes you stronger in the gym? I think it does. Or do you think it's all in the mind? No, I actually do think that it makes you stronger. And I know that, you know, boxers back in the day, they would stay celibate until their big fight. Okay. Because, you know, it's called, you may want to look this up. It's called sexual transmutation, where you use that sexual energy for something else. I learned that term by reading the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and he uses the sexual transmutation for creativity. But you can also transmute that energy into lifting. So, I follow the NoFap to a T. Probably easier for me because, I'm a married man in a matrimony. So, I have the support, to be able to do that. But sometimes, even abstaining from, staying celibate for a few weeks or longer may increase your strength level. So, yeah, I don't think it's all in your mind out there, Queens. I think that it kind of builds up the pressure, the testosterone pressure out there, and it lets you lift more. I don't have any actual data to support what I'm saying. I'm just giving you anecdotal evidence, but I certainly believe it to be true. I'm doing high reps at the moment for the summer, says Rev. Absolutely. It's going to get you more rip if you do higher reps and you do more of a hypertrophy program. There's several ways to train. You got the intensity or just strength building, which is low reps, high weight. And that's more of an intensity training. And then you got the hypertrophy, which is more volume, where you're doing like 10, 12 reps. And that's more like bodybuilding training, where you do the pump. That doesn't shock your nervous system as much, but it pumps up your muscle a lot. So, some people call it fluff and puff, but it works. It works. You can get more ripped doing that. Me specifically, my personal goal is to train at an intensity with high weight, and so that I can increase my strength level, because I have strength goals. I'm not necessarily trying to, step on stage, or do I really care so much about the summer? But I have considered, as I get closer to hitting my goals of 1, 2, 3, 4, which I should sometime this year. I just don't know when, but I'm going to be there sooner than later. I'm going to hit these goals this year. Once I hit the goals, I'm going to switch it up and do something like Rev's doing, high reps. So, once I hit 1, 2, 3, 4 times 5, okay, again, 1 plate overhead, 2 plate bench press, 3 plate squat, 4 plate deadlift times 5. And when I'm talking about the plates, I'm saying plates on each side. These are 45-pound plates on top of the 45-pound Olympic barbell. I will consider swapping out into a hypertrophy program. Okay, maybe that could be another form of deloading and resting and swapping it out. It's important to deload and to rest out there. That's the point of this broadcast, because, I did it just 1 week. Last Friday, I hit a PR, and then I pulled back all this entire week, and I went super, super light compared to, where I was last week. I hit it back here on Friday today, okay, for this Good Friday. Even on a fast, I went in there fasted. I did drink some coffee, though, with a small amount of cream. Very, very little, which, technically breaks the fast, but, I'm letting it slide. Other than that, I slammed that coffee, a little bit of sugar there too, just to, spike the insulin levels. And I was able to reach that PR fasted today, 325 times 1 on the squat. Rev says, my neck is wider than my head. There you go. I was doing neck training for a while too, putting about 25 pounds on my forehead and doing neck curls. And it was great. I saw some neck gains, but at one point, I think I got kind of sore. I felt, it kind of carried over to my deadlift. I got a neck pain. This was maybe a couple months ago, and ever since then, I dropped doing neck training, and I never felt that pain again. It was like an exertion headache or something. Neck training is good so you don't get knocked out. Absolutely. I was inspired by Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson would do neck bridges, neck curls, and he had a neck like no other. And listen, if you want to look brolic, if you want to look big, you want to look swole, the neck is definitely, a point that most people don't realize. If someone has a big neck, they just automatically look big. Okay. I would recommend you guys check out Alpha Destiny's YouTube channel. He has an excellent, several excellent videos about neck training, and you could see his results. It's, insane. He does all kinds of neck training. So the guy's name is Alpha Destiny. He's on YouTube. Maybe you guys already seen him. He has a pretty big following. But yeah, he inspired me. So, neck training is good so you don't get knocked out. A lot of the MMA guys, they train their necks as well. My neck's like Vitalik, says Boom the Bits. Well, there you go. You got to, get some whey protein. Boom the Bits is asking any advice for neck training, bro. Yeah, I just said it. Check out Alpha Destiny neck training. Alpha Destiny. And let me see if I can show you guys a screenshot of his results, because they're actually very impressive. Neck training. It's worth looking. There you go. Look at this. This is the guy Alpha Destiny. Just look at the difference. Look what a big neck and traps does. I'm sure like he looks so much bigger. Look at this guy. You know, he added the beard or whatnot, but look at the neck, the width of the neck, the before and the after. It's very impressive. So it's something that you may want to consider out there. So check this guy out. Alpha Destiny has a video. He's got a couple of videos out there where he talks about training the neck. Put a heavy plate on each hand and lift your shoulders up, down slowly. I was doing neck curls, which is like, you know, letting your neck hang off the bench and then putting a weight on your forehead and curling your neck. That's what he was doing. And he also had some other things that, you know, you guys may want to consider out there. And you can see over here, this is another one that he does with a band. So there's all kinds of things to consider here. I've never done these workouts, but like, you know, these are some of the ones that he's been doing to get the big neck that I just showed you. Look at that. But check him out. Rev says my neck is bigger than that guy. There you go. So you must look brolic. I know Rev's more of an advanced trainer. He's benching over 300. So, you know, he's getting swollen. Tense up your shoulders at the top. Indeed. So yeah, check that out. But, you know, sticking to the theme of the broadcast, deload and rest, whether you're neck training or doing whatever you're doing, it's important to deload and rest. If you're intermediate to an advanced, maybe advanced people, you know, like Larry Wheels here on the thumbnail, I'm sure that he does a deload like every 4 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. And, you know, if you're a newbie, you probably can go longer doing progressive lifts before you hit a plateau. But, you know, as you become more advanced, you're going to have to rest and deload the weight and just sleep good. You know, it's just, I never realized how important it is to sleep. You know, obviously I did, but, you know, you can actually feel your muscles replenish by good sleep. That's when your muscles grow, guys. You know, your muscles are not growing at the gym. They're getting destroyed at the gym. You're kind of ripping them up. They have time to grow back while you're sleeping. That's why little babies are growing so fast. I see the young champ growing at an unprecedented speed. It's because he's always eating good whole milk, eating good purees with ground sirloin, sweet potatoes, and carrots, which is basically the vertical diet, and then sleeping like a maniac. It looks like he's about to snap some shit with that neck training. Break the neck and you're dead. Yeah. So you do want to start with lightweight, and he talks about that. He's pretty legit though. Boom the bits. You may want to check him out. Queens, I got to show that comment because for some reason the cucks at YouTube flagged it. Queen says, champ, I'm taking dieting a little more serious. I saw a picture of myself the other day and I looked fat. Is fat a trigger word now on YouTube? Did they flag your comment because you're talking about you're looking fat? I mean, come on. How gay could these people be already? This is I don't even know what to say. Let's call it faggotry. It's funny. I probably get this video flagged because of that too, but that's funny. Well, Queen says that he's looking fat, and if you're feeling fat or whatnot, you know, do a couple of intermittent fasts. Consider a keto diet. You know, you can get to your target weight quickly. You know, I'm fasting today for this Good Friday. I haven't ate since last night, so I'll probably do a 24-hour. LMFAO. Let's try that again. Fat in parentheses. Yeah, it's funny. I had to approve that comment, Queens. Could you imagine that? Because you said I look fat. It's funny. I mean, listen, the PC police has gone wild out there. The commies are on YouTube, guys. It's Funny Bunny. Funny Bunny. Snipe them out the box. Boom. Shout out to the boomers out there. Queens. Boom the bits. Rev. 2 tacos. I see you. Jojo Waves out there. Jojo, did you start your, hopefully Jojo's still here with us. Jojo, did you start your deload out there? Let us know. I know Jojo hit a little plateau, and that's all good. You know, you're not going to continue to just progressively increase the weight. There's going to be a time you're going to hit the plateau. Then I recommend the deload. Okay. You know, a substantial amount deload, pull it back, go light for at least a week, maybe even longer, maybe even 2 weeks, and then go back on the program. Also do drop sets. Have 3 heavy weights and start with the heaviest and pump 10 reps, then go lighter and pump 12, then go even lighter, do 15. Yeah. Drop sets are sexy. I did actually a drop set. So I did a top set at 325 today, and then I dropped down at 275, and then I repped out at 275. So yeah, I'm kind of following that as well. Queen says, I told myself I need to lose weight, but now I'm going to get more serious. This nice weather has got me hyped. And just set some goals out there, Queens. We've talked about this before. Set some quantifiable goals. Know exactly what you want to do. How many times you're going to be going to the gym. What weights you want to hit. You got to set the plan up and attack it like a 300 crypto Spartan out there. Jojo says, I'm always tuned in, champ. Yeah, it seems like I was experiencing some overtraining symptoms. I pulled back this week and feel strong again. Yeah, so you mentioned, if I'm not mistaken, that you were training like more than 5 months without taking a deload. So, don't be scared to even do more than a week deload there, Jojo. And then go extra light, like so light that it's like, almost funny that like how light you're going, but it's just to rest your body and give you some time to rest. And that way you still go to the gym, you still practice the movements, and it gives you some time to rest. Because not only are you resting your muscles, but you should be resting your nervous system out there. Sometimes it shocks the nervous system to the limit. So you may want to consider that. I'm glad that you took that deload, and keep us updated with your progress, Jojo. I want to see you win out there, Jojo. Keep booming out there. I want to see you hit that 1, 2, 3, 4, no matter how long it takes. Don't rush it. You'll get there, even if it takes 3 years, which is not, but or 3 months. If you're steady and you respect the weight, like Thor says, you got to respect the weight and pull back sometimes. That's what it is. Boom the bits. SEK 100. Keep blessing us with the knowledge, man. Thank you. I don't know what the SEK currency is. Just send me $100 worth of it. Let me know what country that's from. YouTube will do the conversion before it sends it to me, and they'll probably take some off the top, but it doesn't matter. Thank you so much, Boom the Bits. I like the name. He says, keep blessing us with the knowledge, man. I'll try to do what I can. I'm sharing what works for me. Maybe it doesn't work for everybody. This is my own personal anecdotal evidence, and I'll continue to share the good word out here. And I appreciate the love, whatever the SEK is. Okay, Sweden. Okay, Sweden. All right. Shout out to Sweden. So what does that stand for? Worst country in the world, says Boom. I've never been there, so I don't know if it's good or not. It certainly seems like it has some nice landscapes, but I've never been there. He gave me 100 Swedish dollars or whatever that's called. He says, don't go. All right. Sweden, he says, is the worst country in the world. All right, so we'll swap it out, and maybe we'll get some more crypto with that. That goes, or actually, you know what? It goes to the Boomers Fund, so that we can get some more food for the babies out here. The young champ Boomer and the little Boomette that we just welcomed last month. So God bless. It's just nothing but a blessing out there, guys. And I've said this before, this is a self-improvement chat. The meaning of life is having a good fam out there. That's the bottom line out there. It's not about being selfish. It's not about following your passions or your dreams. It's all bullshit. At the end of the day, you want to procreate and follow Logos, which is the creator out there, guys. Keep booming. Queens tells himself he wants to lose weight and eats Burger King, says John Xavier. You guys must know each other. But listen, if you're counting your calories, maybe you could squeeze in some Burger King and not lose weight, but I wouldn't recommend that. Check out the diets you should check out. I mean, if you want to go aggressive, check out Snake Diet. Snake Diet. Someone said they were on a Snake Diet here. I think I missed a comment, but I saw Snake Diet somewhere there. Let me know who it was. That's a Snake Diet maniac. Check that out. That's like aggressive fasting. If you're not cut for that, you may want to consider keto, which is what I did. Is just cutting out all the carbs. We actually got links to keto products down below. Perfect Keto. You can get urine testing strips. Make sure you're in ketosis. There you go. Queen says, I even bought a fat burner again. Jet fuel worked for me before. There you go. If you get into keto, it's a natural way of burning fat, okay? Because when you go into ketosis, instead of using carbohydrates and sugars for energy, your body switches to ketosis state and it starts eating the fat and feeding off fat. So you basically start eating the fat on your body. And it worked for me. I dropped a considerable amount of weight, hit my target weight. I felt like a boomer. It gives you more energy. You definitely should consider a keto diet. there's a lot of benefits for it. And if it's not for you, maybe just do fasting. Fasting will give you some results even faster. Champ, Xavier's my bro. He called me and I was in the drive-thru of Burger King, got caught red-handed. There you go. Sometimes, you need your brothers to call you out there. But listen, go ahead and enjoy your Burger King and, set some goals. Set some goals and think about fasting, think about keto, thinking about eating healthy. Check out the vertical diet too. It's what the strongmen's eat. Real simple: ground sirloin, sweet potatoes, carrots, spinach, Greek yogurt, stuff like that. But if you want to, if you're serious about improving and getting into physical exercise or whatnot, I'm telling you guys, at the end of the day, you got to start cooking for yourself too. It's like you become not only you're not only training, but you also become a cook. And, you got to eat at home a lot more. That way, you know what you're putting into your body. No pain, no gain, says Rev. Queens, my honest advice, find a guy with a huge trainer and book 1 month of lessons. There's no shortcuts to getting fit. Shout out to Rev. Indeed. I would agree with that. I'm not normally, one that needs a trainer, but some people do. Whatever works for you, but, you got to commit to something. Boom the Bit says it's funny bunny country in Sweden. Okay. Thank you again, Boom the Bits, for the 100. I don't know what that's worth, but it doesn't matter. And I appreciate the love, whether it's worth $1 or whether it's worth 1,000 USD. It doesn't matter. It's just the fact that you dropped a little gratuity here in the box. Let me drop a bomb for you. Boom. Goes off the sky. Thank you to Boom the Bits. Guys, follow the leader, Boom the Bits. He's got 100 on it today. Swedish dollars. I appreciate it. I don't know if it's called Swedish dollars or Swedes or what it's called, but you guys get the deal. It's SEK. Thank you so much. $10 says Boom the Bits. Okay, basically. Thanks so much, Boom. That's definitely it goes towards the fund, and I appreciate it so much. Queen says, I don't really need a trainer. Just been lazy. Yeah, so get on a program. These you may want to check out the liftsvaults.com. Lift Vaults. Let me put it up for you guys here. This is a good repository of lifting programs that I find as a good resources. Check out liftvault.com. This has nothing to do with the champ, but I've shared this. This got different lifting programs, popular lifting programs. So, find one that works for you. Some of them are powerlifting. Some of them are bodybuilding. Click around in this website, find something that works. They have free spreadsheets. So, I find that, and I never did this until I started the Strong Lifts program. Stronglifts.com is another one that I really recommend. It's tracking your lifts, and basically being accountable, like accounting for what you're doing. So you know exactly what you're supposed to be lifting. Okay. This is another website you guys might want to check out, stronglifts.com. This one is the one that really set me on the path to hit these goals. Queens, Rev says, Queens, you definitely need a trainer to motivate you, especially if you have a little up and go. There you go. So, my bro is a trainer, then there you go. I mean, you may want to get a training partner. Some people can't afford a trainer, but I do agree with Rev. Trainers can help. Trainers can help. Normally, I'm not one for a trainer, even though I've had one before. I'm kind of self-training now, but, trainers can help. They give you that motivation. They keep you accountable. If you can't do that, another alternative is to have a workout program that you track yourself and you can, account for the weight that you've been doing. That way you can see it, and there's a quantifiable way of keeping you accountable. Again, check out liftvaults.com. There's all kinds of programs here. Okay. Lane Norton, which is popular. Juggernaut Method, Jim Wendler's 531. There's a bunch of them. And Sons, check it out, or go with Strong Lifts. I mean, this is the one I did. I kind of topped out on Strong Lifts after 5 months, but this one is solid. And this one has a free app also on the App Store, where you could just track your lifts. But whatever you're doing, make sure that you rest. Okay. Sometimes people want to overexert themselves. You got to be careful too, because overexerting yourself, you can get injured. It's real simple. Like today, I put the 325 on my back. I did the 325 squat, and I probably had a little bit more in the tank, maybe another one, maybe I had 2, maybe even 3, if I really wanted to exert myself. But, sometimes it's good to respect the weight, stay humble, and not go too much. And I'll be resting now on the weekend. And let's see how I feel on Monday. I'm probably not going to hit on PR on Monday. You guys know I squat 3 times a week. John Xavier says Bunyan kick to Queen's Races. Indeed. I'll take a few more comments and questions, guys. Deload and rest. And this one was inspired by JoJo Wave. I think that he let us know that he's taking a little deload this week. And this can carry over not just to lifting. Sometimes you need a break for everything, I took a break from the streaming for a few days as well, from what you're doing. Sometimes a little break to reset is good. Queen's Races just dropped $1 there. Thank you, Queens. I appreciate you as well. Queens shows love all the time out there, boomers. Ducats in the bucket. Thank you so much, Queens. Thank you to Boom the Bits as well. I appreciate you, maniacs. Rev says maybe try to find a gym buddy or to push you beyond or your comfort zone, or just start by going to the gym. Most people talk about getting fit, but don't want to do the work. It is hard, guys. Dig deep. Another thing I recommend too is kind of like a subconscious thing. If you have a social media feed, okay, or for YouTube, start following a bunch of workout stuff, so that every time you pull up your phone, you're bombarded with exercise. I pull up my phone, I got Larry Wheels, I got all these, I follow a lot of powerlifting, outside of the crypto. Obviously, I'm following all the crypto stuff. I try to stop following so much of the conspiracy stuff too, even though it's fun, but it's tiring. So much of the conspiracy stuff, the QAnon and all that stuff, it's really not productive. So, you may want to change your feed, and rearrange your feed so that you can view things that motivate you and remind you about lifting. So I'm following people that are lifting PRs all the time. So I'm like, oh, I want to do that too. So it's kind of like a subconscious thing. You want to program your mind with the right content. Champ, what do you think about swimming to lose weight? A lot of people say it's good. Fact, Rev, I need to throw myself in the gym and just start something. I like swimming. I used to swim a lot more. I'm not doing it as of now. I'm sure you could lose weight swimming, and you can get a big back with swimming. See, some of these swimmers have big lats. I have nothing bad to say about swimming. It's probably really good for you. I'm just not doing it as of late. Yeah, Champ, I follow people who work out and it's motivation. Yeah, so you may want to do even more. Just go out of hand with it. Just so everything you pull up is just workout. And before you know it, maybe it'll brainwash you in a positive way, you can kind of trick yourself in a good way too. So it's something that you may want to consider. Follow this guy, Seth Feroci, on YouTube, as my workout is like his and he does it right. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's Seth, Feroce. Swimming can cause drowning, not healthy. That's funny. Queens goes hard when he works out that I give him, says John Xavier. Yeah, you got to, at the end of the day, you really got to commit to something. If you just say, oh, I'm fat and I want to lose weight, that's just not specific enough. You got to ask yourself, you got to envision yourself, what do I want to do? How do I want to feel when I'm whatever weight that I want to get? So you got to start with a specific goal. I don't know what that goal is. You got to find it for yourself. Like I told you what I found my goals to be. But, my goals are not your goals. So your goal may be, to lose X amount of weight or to go to the gym a certain amount of times per week or I don't just set a goal and attack it, though. As long as my private keys don't drown, I don't care. That's funny. I'm reminded by Fluffy Pony, Monero's guy. I think he said in an interview that he lost all his Monero in a boating accident or something like that, which I found interesting. It's a good excuse, right? Rev says this guy Seth Feroci is an American guy. He's very good. I'll check him out. Seth Feroce on YouTube. His workout is like his. Actually, let me subscribe to this guy. Why not? Because I've been putting like I said on my feed. I think I'm following more exercise stuff nowadays than I am crypto stuff. Is it Seth Force or Feroci? Because I see a Seth Force come up here. No, it is Feroci. I see this guy over here. This must be the channel. Oh, the bunny came out by mistake. Snipe him. Bunnies pop up even in the self-improvement chat. There it is. I'm going to subscribe to him. Indeed. Thanks for letting me know. I'll check that out on my own time. Says Feroci. Yeah, I found them. I'll take a few more comments and questions, guys. Make sure you're deloading and resting if you hit a plateau. Okay, but don't let if you get tired. Okay, don't think that so don't let your body trick you. I mean, if you're 2 weeks into a program and you want to deload, then you're probably being soft. Okay, what I'm talking about, this deload and this rest comes only after that you've legitimately hit a plateau. Okay, that you legitimately hit a plateau, that you've stayed focused, you've been dedicated, and that when you go back, you're just not making any progress, then pull back. Like JoJo, I think JoJo's legitimately due for a deload. And keep us updated, JoJo, because I'm rooting for you, bro. I'm resting too much, champ. I'm a lazy fatty. What could I say? Stop eating, fatty, is what Snake Diet will tell you. So stop eating. You guys, if you're fat out there, you guys shouldn't be even eating. You can just run on the fat reserves that you have on your body. Champ's got big biceps, smashing the funny bunny for no reason. Yeah, the bunny keeps coming in. I could work on the biceps. I don't really work out biceps. I mean, I did this week. I actually did, some little curls here and there, but I do the compound movements, these squat, bench, deadlifts, the big movements. And, it'll make your arms stronger. Reb's right, cut all the sugar. That's, basically like what the keto does. You start cutting the sugar, all the carbs, and you'll lose weight quickly. I was taking the keto protein shakes. They gave us a link and everything. That I reached out to the keto protein people. Perfect Keto. They got all kinds of products there. And what I liked about the keto, guys, is the keto testing the urine strip. So, whether you're in ketosis or not. Okay, it's bottom line. You can't fake the test. So you take a urine test and it'll tell you if you're in ketosis and if you're burning fat instead of sugar. So, it is what it is. Jojo says, I got you, champ. Appreciate the motivation from everyone. Yeah, Jojo, we want you to win out here. We want you to win out there. I want you to get that squat up. And I remember the squat being low compared to the bench. I know you have a solid bench, but, we want to get that squat up. You want to start from the ground up out there. So you guys should be, working on your legs. That way you don't complain when it's leg day. I'm going to subscribe to that guy, says Queens. This Seth Force guy. Rev says he's cut all the sugar at the moment just because I'm toning up. There you go. It's definitely a way to look more aesthetic too. You're gonna get more ripped. So if you're looking to cut fat again, guys, either fasting, intermittent fasting, or ketos, the top three I recommend. Thank you, boomers. I'm gonna do burpees. I'll throw up later. There you go, Queens. That guy's very good. Even I watch him. I'm strong, but the guy's bigger. There you go, Rev. I'm gonna check him out, Rev. And of course, follow Larry Wheels. Larry Wheels. Larry Wheels' strongman training series where he went to Iceland with the mountain Thor was incredible motivation like no other for me. Larry is one of the more motivating characters. I don't ever think I'm going to look like Larry Wheels, and I don't think anybody here is matching Larry's strength. He's like 24 years old, and of course he's on performance enhancing drugs. He doesn't deny it, but he definitely puts the work in, and he's an inspiration for the champ. Jojo says, LMAO, it's because of prior knee injury. I go light on the lower body for now. I know the numbers are low, but I'm just being careful. That's right. You should be careful, Jojo. Don't overexert yourself, and don't let your ego get in the way. Just know that you have a goal to increase your squat. That's cool, and whatever it takes. Progressive overload. Make sure you're doing your 5x5s, and you don't go too heavy to overexert yourself. So I know you're in a deload now. You'll be back. You'll see. You'll see in a couple of weeks your squat's going to improve. I know it. Rev says he prefers Seth as he explains it like he's teaching you. Okay. Yeah, because when it comes to like Larry and Thor, they're not really teaching. They're just documenting what they're doing. So if you're looking for a teacher, maybe some guy like Seth or somebody else. There's a few good fitness YouTubers. I watch Larry. Alpha Destiny has a good channel, the one I just showed you as far as the neck. I mean, I think his neck gains are definitely worth checking out. Of course, Athlete X, he's a little bit too skinny for me, but he's ripped, and he's one of the more popular YouTubers out there. Athlete X, Jeff Cavalier. He's got a solid channel. He's a teacher. He's a trainer, and he explains everything down to a science. I would recommend him as well. Jeff Nippard is another one. He's out of Canada. He has some good information. He's one that shows a lot of scientific studies. So he backs his videos up with a lot of scientific studies. So if you guys are into like data or whatnot, Jeff Nippard's a good one. And then you got others, but off the top, those are the ones that I check out, and then I'll check out Seth as well. On that note, guys, I'll take a few more comments and questions, and I'll downshift here, put the car on park, land the plane on the tarmac. I'm hungry as can be, guys. I haven't, I was doing some intermittent fasting like a couple weeks ago, but I'm hungry today. It's that I ate sloppy yesterday. I'll be honest with you. I ate a lot. I even ate some ice cream yesterday, to be honest with you guys. And I think I went too much yesterday. And it's Good Friday today. You're not supposed to eat meat if you're a believer, or so they say. So I think I'll follow the meme, and I'll fast for 24. Shout out to Reb, Jojo, Queens, Boom the Bits, and the rest of the boomers out there. If there's no more comments or questions, I'm going to go ahead and enjoy my day. Guys, go to the gym. Do it now. Hit the deload and rest if you need to. If not, put more weight on the bar. And check out all the other self-improvement chats. I have the playlist linked down below. I finally put all the videos there in one nice solid playlist, so you guys can go check it out if you want to find other self-improvement information. And I'll be back. I'll be back on Monday, guys. You know the deal. Rev says, great show, champ. Have a good week. And you as well. Thank you so much for the positive comment. Boom the Bits is going to go get him a fat burger. There you go. Listen, the burgers isn't that bad. It's like the bread and the fries that's worse. So it's like, the ground beef is not all that bad. You can eat ground beef. It's just, the stuff that people put on the burger, the bread and the fries. Thanks for the streams today, champ, says Jojo Way. Thank you for tuning in, Jojo. I appreciate you, and keep us updated. We're rooting for you, Jojo. I want you to win out there. I want all the boomers looking like 300 crypto savages. It looks like Rev is one of the bigger dudes in here. I know Rev's putting up weight, flipping tires or whatnot. So, Rev, we may have to do a little lifting session out there in your castle once Cardano booms out there. You'll be able to afford a tire. You'll be able to afford a tire and then get a squat rack or whatnot and get the boomers in there lifting. On that note, I'm out of here, guys. Stay tuned in to the Good Crypto Word by subscribing if you haven't already, and check me out on Monday. I'll be back. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne. Thanks for tuning in.